Hello and welcome to Health Matters on Channels Television. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mary Alale Yusuf. Dental caries are the most common long-standing disease of young children between 6 to 11 years and adolescents. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, dental caries are 4 times more likely than asthma to afflict adolescents of 14 to 17 years. When bacteria break down food materials on the teeth, producing acid, this can destroy the tooth enamel, causing dental caries or cavities. The National Institute for Dental and Cranial Children, as well as those living in low-income areas, have more tooth decay than others. On the show with me today is Dr. Ronke Olu, Senior Registrar, Department of Child Dental Health, Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Idi-Araba. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mary.
Now, there are some words there that sound a bit odd. Things like caries, enamel. What really are caries?
Okay, to start with, caries is from a Latin word. It means decay.
So caries and decay,
They're the
one
same
and the
thing.
same
Yes. Now, when you see dental caries, literally means your tooth decay, like the topic says, and it actually means bacterial infection of dental hard tissue, meaning hard tissue of the teeth. That's
hard tissue.
Hard tissue. That means enamel, dentin, and cementum. So without a tooth in the mouth, you can't see dental caries.
Okay.
Okay.
So these bacteria that we're talking about, what's wrong with these teeth? What's wrong with these teeth, for example? There's some brown things there.
Yes.
What are those? Are those the beginning of the caries?
Yes.
But lots of us, you know, our teeth get browner as we get older, it seems.
Okay.
Does it mean we're all decaying?
No. Now, if you look closely at the teeth, initially, this is a child's primary teeth in the mouth. Initially, these teeth were not with the brown parts.
Okay.
Over time, when the tooth starts, the dental caries starts, the progress on the tooth, it starts as a white spot. Okay. And usually many caregivers, mothers, really don't take notice of that.
You wouldn't notice a white spot on the teeth?
Yes. And then over time, you see the disparity between, it's more opaque than enamel. There's a different color, as you can see on the screen. And then gradually, it changes from white to brownish. Brown. And then you start talking about it being cavitated.
Okay, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. The bacteria that we are talking about, are they not supposed to be in the mouth in the first place?
Yes. Now, it's not all, the mouth has over 600 different types of microorganisms. They are all called normal flora. And it is not all the 600 microorganisms in the mouth that are implicated in dental caries.
Okay.
But major implicators are the strep mutans and lactobacillus.
Okay, we'll pretend we didn't hear all those heavy words.
Well, it's just, that's the name of the organism.
Okay.
And they are actually called cariogenic microorganisms in the mouth. And then...
Meaning carie-causing microorganisms.
Exactly. Now, also, it is not everybody that has strep mutans in the mouth that comes down with dental caries.
And
not
why
every
is that?
child. Now, it comes to the fact that with dental caries occurs is an interplay of 4 major factors, meaning the bacteria is one of them. Then you have the tooth. Then you have the diet. We call it fermentable sugars.
Okay, what are we doing here? Are we trying to say these are the different things that cause caries?
There are 4 factors that must be there before caries can be initiated on a tooth. Now, when you have refined sugar in the mouth, take for example, in layman terms, sweets, chocolates, bacteria, that's strep mutans, usually act on, degrade these sugars in the mouth, and then it produces acid. Now, the acid produces lactate, and once the acid, it's all on the tooth. Now, once the acid continues being progressed, it starts demineralizing the tooth, and that's when you notice.
Is that what we're seeing now?
Yes. In fact, this actually has been there for a while. That means that this is a large cavity, and child must have had this for way like more than 6 months.
Does cavity mean hole?
Yes, that's the layman terms of it. There's a hole in the mouth. in the tooth.
So this has progressed to a bigger hole.
Yes.
And it's brown.
Yes. Well, it's brown, but actually a large cavity. The brown is just, you're looking into the dentin, and also there are food particles all packed into it. Because when there's a cavity there, as the child keeps chewing, you see food packing into it.
Now these are primary teeth.
Yes.
That means they're the first set of teeth before the child gets another set of teeth. He's going to get another set of teeth. Why are we talking about children?
Exactly.
They're going to have another set, aren't they? So,
yes.
well, all well and good, all these ones can go.
Yeah, but let's look at it this way. This is one of the major beliefs we have in our side of the world. Now, when you say primary dentition, I hear, just like the way you said it, I hear people say it's just baby teeth. But don't forget that the progress of these caries on the tooth leads over time into the pulp. Then you have inflammation, and we're talking of pain and infection.
Why is this child, why does he have chipped teeth? And can he have caries on the front teeth like this?
Yes.
These are the incisors.
Yes. This particular type of caries is found in the very young, and is actually called early childhood caries.
Early childhood caries.
Yes.
And do I spot some blood up there?
Yes, this was taken the way the child presented with. Just there are blood stains from the left incisors and the canine. But like I said, that's not actually the reason. That may be from the child's gingivitis, having gingivitis.
That's a totally different thing.
Yes.
A gum disease.
A gum disease. Now, the caries is what you can see on the front teeth. And then if you look down, you see this line just on the third tooth to the right.
Yes, like the tooth was dividing into two.
Now, just like a mark there.
Yes.
Now, those are actually earlier stages of the disease in the mouth.
I thought that was just a feature of some people's teeth.
No, that's
You
not.
see their tooth like, it was divided. That's the way the tooth came in. But that's not it.
Well, sometimes it could be something else. But this particular one we are showing, actually, it's dental caries.
Okay.
Now, let's come back to the fact that I said primary dentition.
Primary dentition, yes.
Many times the progress of this disease leads to pain and infection. And the child goes to school, they can't learn, they can't eat properly. In fact, they start avoiding that part of their mouth that is paining them.
Oh,
they
adults do that too.
Exactly. And then they have inability to, they can't really communicate. They keep telling us or telling mothers, this part of my tooth is paining me. But usually, the way we are, once they complain the first time and they don't complain again, we ignore. And then gradually it's an infection. And by the time they are bringing it to the clinic, we see them having large swelling, and I'm asking the mom, but it didn't start today. And they say, oh yeah, but I just thought it was baby teeth.
So is it that this child has been suffering all this while?
In literal terms, yes. Yes.
And nobody was taking any notice?
Well, they may take notice, but like I said, it's just a cultural belief for us. Many people think it will go. It's just a baby tooth.
Okay, so you were telling us that 4 factors come together to cause caries. You mentioned diet.
Yes.
You mentioned
bacteria.
Well, bacteria is one.
Yes.
Diet is another.
Yes.
So what are the other 2?
The tooth must be there, like I told you.
Having a tooth.
Having a tooth. And the last is time. Now, we'll come back to diet. Many of these children don't have, or rather, let's say children don't have autonomy, meaning they depend on us. Is what we give them that they eat.
Yes.
A normal child, every day eat diet is, in the morning they eat cereal before going to school. And then
juice in their pack.
Not just juice. They have biscuits, they have sweets. Some of these biscuits have creamish chocolates
filling
inside, and then they have cakes, meat pies. Just they take it all packed to school. Now school also gives them food. Part of the food they also give them contain refined sugar. And then they eat all this till evening. Some of these children do after school, so they stay in school till 6 o'clock.
And the sugar is just
and the bacteria is just playing, having fun with it. Now imagine from a child that takes cereal from 7 o'clock, eating and not brushing off from 7 till 6 in the evening.
That means that this could even be a more serious problem for children than adults.
Yes, it is, because dental caries is more common in children or primary dentition than in permanent dentition.
But must people brush their teeth? Must you brush, I mean, after breakfast? That means carrying your toothbrush around, doesn't it?
Well, in a way, you may say if some children can afford that, yes, I don't mind actually. But if you look at it properly, why should we brush? An everyday affair is a normal physiology of the body. We normally have plaque in the mouth. We normally have dental plaque in the mouth that forms every day. Now we have to do regular brushing to brush it up. And what is plaque? It's just the combination of acquired saliva pellicle and then bacteria. Now, since you have plaque attaching to tooth surface, not being cleaned off every day, and then you're eating cereal,
okay, let's go back a bit. The plaque is a combination of bacteria.
Yes, and then sometimes from the saliva. That's acquired.
How about food particles? Is it part of it?
No, food particles is not. So now when you have bacteria, of course you already have the plaque. You now have food debris that you have eaten. You not brushing it off, and then you have the bacteria just fermenting the sugar steadily over a long period of time, and that's why I said time matters too, because assuming a child eats the longer
exactly the worse it becomes.
Exactly. Now assuming we have a child that eats chocolates now and then brush off within an hour, I don't expect that child to have caries as compared to a child that keeps eating from morning, afternoon, and then even night. Some of these children, don't forget, they come home.
Some of them keep these sugary things in their mouth.
At night.
They want to suck it while they're lying down
and then
before they sleep.
Sometimes when they are sleeping, you see them putting these biscuits underneath their pillows.
Pillow.
And then they eat it at night. And then it's left overnight. That's 24 hours. And then, of course, you have continuous
sugar and bacterial activity together.
More acid production. Over time will cause degradation of different
and this eats up on the hard surface of the teeth, right?
Yes, it does.
Let's go back to the primary teeth for a minute. Okay, we shouldn't let the child suffer, agreed. But the child has suffered, he has had a bad time with his primary teeth, and now he's growing adult teeth. Shouldn't that stop everything?
No, it won't. Because the habit has not stopped.
No, what if the habit stops? What I'm trying to say is, when he grows the adult teeth, are they okay? Are they good? Or does the habit of the early childhood affect the growth or the presentation of the adult teeth?
No, it doesn't affect the growth. But the habit, it's an habit to eat chocolates all the time. And of course, for a child didn't have to go to the dentist or never had pain until to continue that kind of habit to adulthood. And then that child, once he start having the permanent tooth, will keep up the habits. Now, it's just, if I take a sample of how many children do brush twice daily. Many times they brush in the morning,
and that's
it.
Even for some adults.
And then that will continue to adulthood. So one of the things we pediatric dentists try to do is bring that awareness from the time when they are children, and that is what they consistently take on.
Which brings me to the question, how early should a child begin to brush? Or how early should a parent begin to brush a child's mouth?
That, in real sense, when the tooth erupts, you should start brushing.
We're talking 4, 5,
6 months? Yes, it's a tooth. And then I'm wondering, one of our beliefs in this part of the world also is use of cotton wool.
Yes.
Rather than tooth. And I'm wondering, and then I hear people say, you don't brush that teeth until 18 months. And I'm like, the teeth are there.
This is a child's toothbrush.
Yes.
What's different about it? Or should it be different?
Okay. If you look at the handle, let's start with handle now. It has a larger part down. A big handle. A big handle and
a really small head.
That's a really small head. Now, the bristles and the shape of the head of the toothbrush should be measured to the size of our mouth.
Yes.
Now, you can't be using an adult toothbrush that has a bigger size.
To brush 2 teeth.
So, even this is too big for just 2 teeth. You have the finger brushes, which a mother just dips her hand into and then brush the mouth. Now, for this size, the child's mouth should at least be able to accommodate this.
Okay, we'll come back to this toothbrush, but we really need to take a break. Okay. When we come back, we start from the toothbrush. Stay with us. We'll only be a minute. And when we come back, your questions, your comments in a minute.